If y'all know me, you've known that every single year since I've been doing YouTube, right? I've always made builds that have lower 3-pointers, much more lower than a play shot up until 21. 21, I had an offensive threat, right? But throughout the year, I made builds that did have like a 78 3 ball, and I was still greening consistently with it. So I've never been 50. And even on this game, I'm not 50. But what you're about to see is 100% proof that they did change the shooting, right? Because in this game, you're going to see this gameplay right here. You're going to see me go 0 for 5 for the first time. I've never had a donut before, bro. I never dropped 0 points all 5 attempts, right? I would always get a layup or something, but you will even see that they made me miss my dunk. So you're going to see that they changed shooting, all right? You're going to see how delayed it is sometimes to shoot. And this is my slash and playmaker, aka my sharp shooting playmaker, because it's a slash and playmaker with sharp take. All right. Now you see me miss a dunk. All right. Now when you already have a 78 3 ball, you can't afford to make too much mistakes, because then your shot off the dribble is gonna feel different. Your dribble speed is gonna feel different. This game is just so RNG, man. All right. But that's 2K every single year. That's not the point. The point is that they changed shooting. Now, I'm not saying every game is like this. There's some games you just can't miss. Just like season 1, right? You just can't miss. Like everything is green. But then there's games like this where, look at this. Look how long it took me to shoot the ball, bro. Is this happening to y'all too? Let me know if that's happening to y'all too. Sometimes you off the dribble and it makes you pause where you can't even get the shot off at the right speed that you're shooting it at. And don't worry, you will see a late glitch in here. All right, trust me. You know, every game there's going to be a late glitch. Some way, somehow, we're going to have a late glitch in there. Now, despite the fact that this was one of the worst shooting games I've ever had because of all the nonsense that's going on, I've never experienced this, bro. Look at this late glitch right here. You gotta love it, bro. But the reason why I'm showing you this gameplay first is because I'm going to show you literally the next game. I could barely miss a shot. And why am I trying to show you these two gameplays right here is because I'm trying to show you that they did do something with shooting. If you're a good shooter at the game, you're going to be a good shooter at the game no matter what, bro. You might have an off game once in 100 games, right? But if you're a good shooter at the game, regardless of the build you're on, you're going to be a good shooter no matter what. If you're shooting like Sosas and stuff like that, that's a different story. But usually good shooters are going to do what they do, which is shoot good. And that's me. I'm not trying to brag on them, but I've always been a good shooter, especially off the dribble. I've been a better off the dribble shooter than catch and shoot all the time, right? Every single year I've been a better off the dribble shooter than catch and shoot, because I really don't spend time catching and shooting. I usually get my threes off the dribble. But in this gameplay, you're going to see that we did play them again. I couldn't go out like that, man. I was low-key raging, all right? I was really upset that the fact that I couldn't even hit a shot. I don't care if I'm on a 78 3 ball. I knew my jump shot and I know my jump shot. And I know when I'm shooting a green and when I'm not, all right? And it's just sad that they did do something to the shooting, but they won't tell us what they did because it does not feel the same. And usually when it's just one person saying it, yeah, I can see that, you know, maybe that person is just tripping. Maybe their internet is acting up or something. But when the mass majority is saying, I'm talking about elite shooters, bro. Shooters that had a 70 3-point percentage now complaining that, hey, every time I play the threes court or yada, 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 right? The shooting feels different. I played Rec Center with this build and I couldn't miss. It didn't matter if it was Smothers. It didn't matter what it was. I could not miss because the shooting in the Rec Center feels like the regular shooting for season 1. If you've noticed, shooting in the Rec Center feels the same as it did in season 1, but in the park it feels completely different. I feel like the number of late glitches have increased, and I believe it's because they're trying to do too much things on current gen. Maybe you should have just left the courts how they were, because I feel like maybe that's what's making the shooting so inconsistent, right? Is that they're doing all these different things that current gen cannot handle, all right? That PS5 is the one that has to handle. I love that they're adding all this new stuff, don't get me wrong, but can we even handle that over here, right? I have a PS5, but I'm playing current gen, right? But can we even handle that on current gen? Especially if you have it like a PS4 Slim, something like that. That's probably even worse for you, bro. Right? This is something that they have to consider. I understand you want to make people happy, but at the end of the day, we just want a good experience playing the game. I would be on next gen right now if everybody had next gen, but that's not the case. People do not have next gen like that, bro. Most people over there in next gen is usually the older folks, right? People like my age, or people in college, right? But once the kids, the youths, them are able to get their hands on a PlayStation 5, then that's when everything's gonna change. That's when I feel like 2K is really gonna be at its peak again. Now, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Shots that I know I always make, I can't hit them sometimes, bro. It's crazy. I thought late glitches was already bad in season 1. And even though that wasn't a late glitch, you can tell that jump shot did not look smooth, right? I'm timing my jump shot the same every single time. I've never been 50 at this game, bro. All right. I was out here shooting on a two-way slashing playmaker on 2K20 from half court with 98 base, and people would ask me, how am I doing that so consistently? 7 for 7 from 3 on a two-way slashing playmaker, right? And in this 2K, I don't buy boost. I never buy boost. That man just saved me, bro. I never buy boost, right? I'm shooting with a legit 78 3 ball. I don't buy boost because you don't need to buy boost on this game. All right. But I know I'm not the only one that noticed that shooting has changed, even in the slightest way. You don't go from being an elite shooter to being I don't even know what to call it, bro. It just doesn't happen. I'm not saying we're perfect, but like I said, there's going to be games that you miss on average, 1 to 2 threes, sometimes 3, but never, ever no 4 to 5 3-pointers or 4 to 5 shots, bro. All right. That just means you cannot shoot at all. And that's just not the case. When you know your jump shot, you know your jump shot. You don't just forget your jump shot timing, right? I've had days I haven't played for a long time and I come back and I still be able to green from half court consistently. All right. Every single 2K. Now, season 2, this is a different story. All right. I hope y'all boys been good, man. It's Friday. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, man. Grind up if you're trying to grind up, right? Trying to get that XP knocked out, do your thing, right? If you're trying to get that XP knocked out, it's Friday. You hit home and start grinding, bro. But if you have other plans, lock in and try to focus on what you want to do. Don't lose focus. Don't get distracted on what you're trying to accomplish, because it's too easy to get distracted and then you waste time that you can't get back, and then you feel bad about yourself that you wasted time, right? And you can't do what you wanted to do because you wasted time, right? Focus on the task at hand and accomplish your goals, bro. All right. And don't take failure as a permanent thing. That's the common mistake people make when they're about to achieve greatness. They quit because they didn't do good, right? They didn't do what they expected. Like, they expected it to be great and it didn't end up great. So now they want to quit because they're like, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. It should have been like this if it was for me. You know what? Guess what? That's not the case, bro. Everybody successful has failed multiple times. Trust me. Even me, when I started YouTube, always use YouTube, but even the military, for instance, right? I'd say my first test in the military, I didn't get the score I wanted. I was still fast, right? I was still in the top 10. But I wasn't in that top 3, and I used to run track and stuff in high school. But because I was out of high school for so long, I didn't have the times I really wanted. Look at that. How did I green that? But you telling me I can't hit an open shot, right? I'm telling you, this game changes your shooting. But anyways, like I said, sometimes you don't perform to your expectations, but that doesn't mean you just give up on something and be like, I can't do it. Let me just do something differently. Nah, man. You do something differently, but redo it. That's how you accomplish your goals. All right. That's how you become great at anything, is you keep trying. You don't quit. All right. If I would have just gave up and flunked out of boot camp, right? Or flunked out of tech school, right? Or flunked and, I quit out of YouTube, where would I be right now, bro? Exactly. Or even high school, for instance, bro. But, I locked in high school. I had a 3.9 GPA. Well, actually, it was a 3.8. All right. And I hooped in high school. So that just goes to show you, if you put your mind to anything. And I did not enjoy high school because of my life circumstances and the school I went to. I just didn't know. That's all I got to say about that is no, bro. Right. But guess what? Adapt, overcome. Just those two things. Adapt and overcome. Big up on the sub. Big up Lord Almighty. Cause the road to can do not. G1 don't know anything already. Yardman gaming. Gone.